Hey y'all, it's Claudia from the We Garden Homestead. It is time for another WIP It Wednesday. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, so if you watched last week, you probably heard me say that I had 20 strips left and I had 20 blocks and that was going to be just enough. But I wasn't thinking that I needed 2 strips for each block, so it was actually half what I needed. And then one of them was cut funny, so I really only had 19 that I could use. So I'm going to turn you around and show you what I'm going to do. So here are the blocks that I'm working on. This one still needs one side. The rest of them all have one side done. It's hard to see. The rest of them all have one side done, and I didn't want to cut the big pieces that I had left from the quilt show. I didn't want to cut those big pieces up because they were some nice, probably close to a 1/4 of a yard pieces. But I had this nice big Rubbermaid tote that is full of scraps. These all came from Mom's house. So I dug through it and I found a whole bunch of mostly 2.5 inch strips. That's probably 3. The pink ones are 3, but the rest of them are all 2.5, and I just dug all of them out, and I'm going to use those. I'm going to use the 2.5 inch ones that are long enough. I'm going to leave the 3 inch ones in case I want to use them for something else, but if I need them, I'll trim them down to 2.5 and use them. So I'm going to pull these out, and I'm going to get these on my blocks. So you're welcome to join along. the side because I had already used one of that. And then this one was obviously the edge, and it wasn't 2.5 inches on the ends, and I didn't really want to bother with trimming it up, so I just put it to the side. But I got all finished. This is what I had left out of that stack, and that's it for me today. I might be able to come back and trim them up another day, but that's it for so far for today. All right, y'all, this is the end of my WIP It Wednesday for this week. I did not make it back out here to work on these. I have started a new quilt this week, but it's a surprise for somebody that actually would probably see it on my channel, so no sneak peek. I did get all of these pieces sewn on, so these blocks are sewn, but they're not trimmed or pressed yet. So hopefully by next Wednesday we will have these pressed and trimmed and maybe ready to go into a quilt. Maybe they'll already be into a quilt. I don't know. I am going to work on the other quilt during the week, and I'll squeeze this in when I only have a few minutes. Thanks so much for joining me this week. Leave me a comment. Do you have a work in progress that you're working on that you just kind of do a little bit whenever you can? Let me know. Let me know what you think. I'll see you next week.